Welcome to New Light Living Podcast. Today, I'm so excited to talk with you about energy awareness. And you may have wondered, if you're here clicking on this episode today, what is your inner energy and how can you become more aware of that? Now, in terms of energy, I personally believe that everything is made up of energy, including us as humans, but also everything around us. And for many years, we may have felt that, I'm just me and my body is me and everything around me is over there. But with becoming more aware of energy and its role in our lives, it's becoming more of how am I interacting with this world that's also of me? It's the same thing, basically. Our bodies are the same as something outside the window. And this may feel and sound a little strange or different, I would say, but it's a mindset that we actually are part of one world, one universe. And we interact with this universe as humans today. But our energy is also our soul, and our soul is eternal in the sense that the energy that we're made up of cannot be destroyed. It only, and that has been proven, as you know, that we can't destroy energy. It can only transform. So why does this all matter? Why does it matter to you to become more aware of your inner energy? So let's start with this topic. Our energy is something that affects us on a daily basis, and many of us are not aware of how. How does our energy impact us? Because often we believe that other external factors, such as people around us or a situation, is what makes us experience our life in a certain way. Now, what we may not be aware of is that it's actually the other way around. It is our experience of our life is how we manage and taking charge of this energy that we are. And that's a complete opposite to as many of us have lived our life for a long time. And energy is something that we actually are in complete charge of if we want to. But to be completely transparent, that for many years, I felt that all my external situations and circumstances were due to other people or others' behavior or their decisions or you name it. But now I also have come to the conclusion that anything that is created in my life, I am responsible for. And not only responsible for my actions, which is really the end result of something, but actually I'm responsible for my energy. Because within my energy, that's where it all starts. Any action that is shown in the physical world, if you will, is the outcome, while the inner energy is really where the intention is set. So it's a process way before you can see an action or a burst of emotion on the outside. It's the inner energy management, if you will, and responsibility that directs that outcome. I hope I'm making sense, but the point being here that it does matter to become aware of our own inner energy, because that's where it all starts. That's where our experience of life starts. And so why is that? I'm coming back to our essence. In the last episode, we talked about how important it is to not dull away our essence, which is our, really in other terms, our energetic imprint. Our energetic imprint is our uniqueness. And in the term, since we're talking about energy today, our energy imprint is our unique talents, our unique gifts, our unique journey, if you will, in this lifetime. This is a multi-dimensional imprint, obviously, that impacts how we show up in this world today, and in our purest form, if you will. If we took away all kinds of filters and restrictions that often our mind is putting into place, it would be our energetic imprint, our essence, that would come out and show itself. But we're here to learn about our energetic imprint, I believe, in this day and time. So how can we do that? Nature, for example, it came through an epiphany that I had, that I realized nature around me is in full harmony. So why am I not in full harmony with myself, or within myself and my outer environment? Because nature around me is always in harmony. So why cannot I be that? And that was a question that I like, why not? So how can I align myself to everything else because it's in harmony and I'm not? So I noticed that I was not in harmony, but everything else around me, for example, nature, was really effortlessly in harmony with itself. So I became curious on how I could learn more about my own energy so that I can be in harmony too. And it really started with my journey with astrology, for example. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that there is such a wealth of knowledge available to us about our own energetic imprint. Systems like astrology, human design, the gene keys, many other systems describe this energy imprint to us if we want to go there and learn about it. And for me personally, it's been a wonderful journey in getting to know my own energy. Because as humans, we need a way to interpret. And astrology, for example, is a beautiful tool system to do so. This alignment with ourselves, to come into harmony with ourselves and our environment, comes from the inside first. So if we start with something we do on the outside to become in harmony with ourselves, that's not really the direction we want to go in. We want to start with the inside first. And you've heard that before. It's from inside and out, right? But truly, it is energy that we need to become aware of, how we run energy on the inside first. And what does that mean? It means how we can notice on the inside how we can shift our own inner energy intentionally and become aware of that and take charge of it. That's my description of this energy awareness that I'd love everybody to get into, because once we can do that, once we become aware of our own energy, our own inner energy and how it works, we can direct that energy to an outcome that we want or desire. So this is, and it can look like inspiration and creativity, because when we get to know our own energy on the inside, it has to do with what we're inspired by, what makes us feel alive. How can we tap into that essence, if you will, and call on our energetic imprint and to fully live that? So I have a couple of tips on how to begin. As I mentioned in the beginning, our environment around us, for example, nature, is already in harmony with itself. And nature has an abundant variety of colors, for example. So you can use colors to invoke a certain vibration within yourself. You can use sound, which has a certain frequency to it, to invoke harmony within yourself or raise your vibration, if you will. So sound is beautiful for that. You can use music of a certain vibration to raise your energy and become aware of how music is impacting you. Of course, nature. If you spend a certain amount of time in nature connecting with the energy of nature, you will, for a moment, align with that harmony. And I'm sure you've felt that nature is a beautiful teacher to how we can become in harmony with ourselves and in that sense. Even somebody's aura, the energy field around somebody, and you also have an aura. You can, if you meet somebody that you feel really good about being around, that means that you often being lifted in energy around that person. Energy awareness, it does matter also as we tap into more of our experience with intuition and the rest of the universe, and how we can expand our perspective on our experience as people. So I love the energy awareness to become more of a mainstream knowledge. Let's say it would be as often we get educated in our own energy imprint as we get taught to read, for example. That would be great, wouldn't it? I'd like you to go get my 7-step guide to how to protect your energy. So check out the description box below for that 7-step guide.